As you can see, the collection continues to grow and get more eclectic. But today I've got the black hat on. We're making an arsenal video. How's everybody doing out there on the internet? This is your friend Big Frank at Eclectic Collecting Arsenal. It's been a while since we've done an Arsenal video. My bad, guys. That is on me right there. Should have been doing this the whole time. But besides this video, we do have a couple of other videos as well. We will be featuring both Ithaca 37 shotguns as they go head-to-head against each other. And we will also be featuring my father's Glock 19 Gen 5. Why are we going to be featuring my father's gun? It's very simple. I don't own a Glock, and we will get a fair and unbiased review about it in a few weeks. Don't worry, Glock boys. I will be absolutely fair, but some of you are not going to agree with what I have to say. But what are we going to be featuring today on Eclectic Collecting Arsenal? We're going to be featuring my daily carry gun. This is the gun I have chosen to carry every day for my personal protection, and in these trying times, you know, sometimes you got to protect yourself. We're not going to go into the whole political discussion about that. Grandpa had two rules. Don't discuss religion, don't discuss politics in public. You're going to start an argument with someone no matter what you say. I live by that rule. We're going to end it right there. But with the surging number of gun sales, we really do need to talk about daily carry tactics, and that'll also be a future video, but we're getting off topic. What is the gun that I have chosen as my daily carry piece? Post a comment below and see if you can guess it. Don't worry, I'll give you a few minutes. I really gotta dust these a lot more. Ready? I didn't drop the magazine right there. That's pretty good. But if you guys guessed the model 1911, you are indeed correct. This is a Colt 1991 A1 government 45 caliber semi-automatic pistol. The classic 1911. That is what I have chosen as my daily carry firearm. And this one is actually a very beautiful example. We've got the classic Colt blue on top, but we've got this really unique tan color right here. This is not a custom finish right here. I didn't send this out to have it like this. This is how it came from the factory. Oh, I just love that sound right there. Pro tip right here, you really shouldn't dry fire your firearms. You're gonna damage stuff, so avoid it at all costs, and definitely don't do it with a 22 rim. Okay, anyway, let's go back to our main subject right here. Now this one is going to look a little bit different compared to your average 1911. As you can see, there are different elements of it from every generation. You see there's no bulge here on the grip. All right, that's the classic flat back right there. Classic right there. There are kits to where you can remove this plate right here and give it that rounded edge, just like the later 1911s, the second generations and the third generations. But if you will notice, the beaver tail, that's what this is called, the beaver tail on this particular firearm extends farther out than the original 1911s. That's based on the later generations around World War II, because GIs used to complain that they couldn't really get a good choke up on it. Like, this was a lot shorter on the original 1911s. Additionally, this you have to be eagle-eyed for. You see this scallop right here on both sides of the firearm? That scallop right next to the trigger housing, right there. You can see it better. That was not on the original 1911s. That was added later on by the factory when the feedback started coming back from the field. So this one, the 1991 A1, incorporates a lot of features. This gun is my daily carry firearm, and it is a beautiful example of the Colt model 1911. You heard it right, Colt. This is a Colt. When it comes to your daily carry, you want to make sure that you're getting the best that you can get, because you don't want to cheap out on this. I knew I was going to pay for it because I'm paying for the quality to make sure that my firearm that I use to protect myself will be ready to go, and I maintain this gun religiously. It's not just about practice, it's about maintenance. We're going off on a whole nother tangent right here because we need to talk about the Colt 1911. Check this out. Yep, our old friend John Moses Browning had a hand in this particular gun. The 1911 was developed over several years, actually beginning in 1903 with the original 38 automatic. You see them right there, the one on the upper left hand corner. That's the original 1903 prototype that eventually became the 1911, and you see all the iterations of the prototypes leading up to the 1911. World War I was really where this gun showed what it can do. The GIs loved it. It was powerful, it was accurate, it did the job all the way up through World War II. This gun was everywhere. The GIs loved this thing. It was the definitive sidearm all the way up until even the Vietnam War. The tunnel rats would legendarily have this when they were going in to check the tunnels for any VC. And even to this day, the Special Forces of the United States do have the option of carrying the 1911 everywhere. Everywhere. The 1911 is a classic example of getting it right and not messing it up. Truly an amazing gun. Even the police absolutely love the gun. At the restaurant I work at, I see police carrying 1911s everywhere, even though the Glock has become the predominantly most popular police firearm. And even there, we go into the civilian market, target shooters, competition, self-defense, and there are even conversion kits that can take the 1911 and make it a 9mm. I mean, there are literally hundreds of ways you can customize this gun, both with ammunition, parts, capabilities, and the different roles it takes on. And to be honest, we would be here all day talking about how many different films and TV shows the 1911 was involved in. So what we've done is we've just gotten some more action shots. Right here you see me practicing with my 1911 on another day, varying different shots. I cannot begin to tell you how much I love this gun. This gun really does show that the Colt 1911 is, by far, in my opinion, the definition of what a handgun should be. It's powerful, it's capable, it's reliable, it's America's gun. It is the all-American firearm. And to be perfectly honest, I could not see myself carrying anything else to protect myself. The 1911, all-American. That's the brief history of the Colt model 1911. It's 100 years plus worth of history. I mean, we could literally be here for an hour discussing this firearm. We need to hit the range and we need to see what this thing can do. So let's head out to the Texas Gun Club and let's check it out. Unlike previous videos, you're actually going to see me doing what I call my daily carry practice rounds with this one. I practice with this firearm every week to make sure I am proficient in it. And right here, we're about to load up. Let's try it out.
practice with this gun every week to make sure I'm doing good with it. And you can see right there at, I think this distance was about 3 yards or so, but you can see got a really, really tight group right there. And even though most guns are going to be extremely accurate like this, at this particular distance, a really good group of 3 inches, that's good. Now we're reloading right here. I believe this one is 5 yards. Nope, 7 yards. My mistake. If I was to lean forward a little bit more, my accuracy would improve, but I'm managing to get really good headshots. This weekly practice also includes not just the targeting right there. You're going to see me pick up my phone so you can see a comparison. You see how close that grouping is, especially compared to my phone. But other things you're going to practice every week is, of course, the magazine change. And you can see, look at that, all headshots, 3 magazines, 5 to 6 inch group. This is why I practice every week, to make sure that I am absolutely proficient with my firearm. Now, I don't really shoot at this distance very much, but 15 yards, I think it's a good idea. And there we have another empty magazine. I'm not really good at this particular distance, mainly because at 15 yards, if I have my gun drawn, I don't consider any opponent to be an imminent deadly threat. I will have my gun drawn, I'll be able to protect myself. 15 yards, I really need to practice more with, but I also need to make sure that you're practicing your magazine changes, and as you're about to see in the video coming up, you're going to see me practice what's called the draw fire, which you need to do in order to properly defend yourself. So practice that a lot. Right here, you're going to see me practicing with the draw shoot. The standard practice for me is to draw, fire 2 shots, and see where it hits. Now this is a brand new skill I'm trying to develop, so this is going to take me a while to get used to. You'll see me draw and aim just like that several times. It's just for me to get a beat and to create muscle memory. But to be perfectly honest, I need to practice this skill probably another 200 to 300 more times. Yeah, you're going to see that my skill level with the draw fire is not what you would call the best at the moment. This was actually the first time I had practiced it when we filmed this. As you can see, I've got misses everywhere, flesh wounds. I practiced with 3 magazines. There's a miss right there. And the reason I need to make sure I practice this is because I am responsible for every round that is fired from the gun.
But for accuracy up to the standard training distance that I do, this gun is extremely accurate. You know, very accurate indeed. So we're going to give it 5 out of 5 stars for there. Reliability. The 1911 is a temperamental lady. It really depends on how well you maintain her. There have been times where I neglected my maintenance on this gun, and I've gotten what's called the 3-point bind. It's basically a jam. The gun does jam if you don't clean it. That is complete user error. You have to keep this gun clean or else it's gonna jam. Just about like every gun, but the times it has jammed, it was completely my fault. You keep it cleaned and you keep it maintained, it's gonna be an excellent gun. The only thing about reliability that's kind of detrimental is the sheer fact that you have to just keep doing it. You have to keep doing it. You know, this is one reason why everybody loves Glocks. You can literally fire them dirty as can be and they won't jam. The 1911 though, reliability, so long as you keep it clean, it's going to be extremely reliable at a 4 out of 5 stars. Now what about fun? Fun. Is this gun fun to fire? It is indeed. So I cannot begin to tell you, when I'm practicing on the range, I have a great time shooting this particular firearm. I have a great time doing it, which is why for fun we're going to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. This gun is really good. It's a Colt model 1911. You don't stay around for 100 years plus unless you are doing something right. I mean, that's enough said. There are gun designs that are iconic, they are legendary, and they are popular to this day, regardless of how old they are. I mean, the Ruger New Vaquero is basically the Colt single action army. I mean, how else can I say that? That design's been around since 1873. You know, what can I say? Black powder muzzle rifles are still around. Those date back hundreds of years. It just goes to show that when you got something iconic, legendary, and that has stood the test of time, hi Gigi, it's going to be around for a long time. And we all know the model 1911, it's never going away. And that's going to do it for this edition of Eclectic Collecting Arsenal. This is your friend Big Frank reminding all of you, keep your powder dry, your muzzle downrange, and above all else, be safe. And if you guys like this video, make sure you click that subscribe button, because really soon, her grandmother is going to come and visit. Click subscribe to see what I'm going to be talking about.